Yeah, just say welcome. Just Michelle. It's just uh Lucia for Asia, and so why journey now I share I'm will be so I join it. We share and I will be so at me I join it. My name is OBENG DARKO. Today, part of our weekly programs. So and yeah, mindset. You can mindset, developing the mindset for life and for financial success. Developing mindset for life and for financial success. So share, let others join us. Share, say, your friends say share. Say, okay, I can't say share. Yes, share it so that others can join us. And those of you who continually join us every weekend, uh, you're doing something great. You're doing something good, and that is how we actually get ahead in life. When you expose yourself to knowledge, when you expose yourself to information, that is how we get ahead in life. So you're transforming your life actually by exposing yourself to things that will make you become a little bit more informed and thoughtful, because your life is lived out of what you know. You know, just like when you give birth to a baby, when you're feeding them, you don't when they are growing, you don't see it, but eventually you see that they have grown because of the feeding. And so the feed, which is knowledge, is key. And what you feed on is what you become. What you feed on, the information that you're exposed to, is actually what you have become. So whether life is good or not good is largely because of the kind of training, the kind of information, the kind of data that you have been exposed to. So every weekend, every day, when you keep listening, me and Kasa, many times I listen to the things that we share here. Many of the videos, many of the interviews, many of the programs that we do, I listen to them, every now and then. The books, I read them. I read other books, I read them. I listen to other people, I listen to what we share here as well, because really, that is what you're becoming. So if you're weak, it's because the information that you've been exposed to has been weak. That's why you are weak. And there's no weakness. There's physical weakness, but the weakest of them all is inner weakness. When you are weak from within, when you don't stand for anything, when your philosophy of life is weak, when you see yourself as nothing, then there's a problem. There are some people who came physically with some difficulties, some challenges. Maybe they have problem with their hands, their legs, but if they are solid, there are a lot of things that they can do that those who are physically strong may not be able to do. So thank you for taking time to watch it, to watch some of the things that we share here and participating. And really, sometimes they are amazed as to what the information people share with us, what they have become, by their contact with what we teach. What we teach is amazing. And so thank you for taking your time to join us. If you don't have any of our books, this is Perspective, how to develop the mindset to start and build your business. How to develop the mindset to start and build your business. It's on Amazon Kindle. You can have hard copy. You can have soft copies as well. You can also have them in Ghana. We can post them to you anywhere that you are as well. It's a good book on mindset. What we don't know is that as an African, you have been primarily set or taught or conditioned to struggle and conditioned to fail, or be very happy with very much little and be happy with average. If you're an African, very few Africans know. The very things that they even taught you in school, how they taught you and how you have to use it. There's been some tricks somewhere, to both or engineer, but how he was taught engineering and how they teach their people engineering is different. You're an accountant or you did accounting in school. How they taught accounting and how you have to solve problems with it, and how they have taught us accounting is different. And that is why if you look at many of our people, they have higher education, but solutions, problem solving, getting ahead, become productive, It's still difficult because many of the things that they have taught the Africans, they were taught so that they will not be the top, so that they'll be subservient, so that they'll be average. So this is streamlined. How to teach yourself money. How to teach yourself money is financial education. If there is another information that you need, it's financial education. If you don't have financial education, you'll be the one telling the children, go to school, make sure you pass your exam. After they have passed the exam, what is next? They should go and look for a job. Who is giving them job? So so my name is OBENG DARKO. Problem. This is resilience. You can't give up in life. Those who win are those who are able to get back up after they have failed, because it's certain that all of us will fail at something. But those who will succeed are those who are able to fight back. So that ability to fight back. And if you're an African, you need this strength more than any other, because almost everything you've been set mentally, conditionally, in terms of knowledge to struggle. And then when you go out, the structures that are supposed to give you support, they are not there. The difference between us and maybe the Europeans or the West is that it's not because their people know better. No. It's because there are a lot of institutions that hold them. So they hold them, so they act as if they are doing better. The majority of them, they still struggle, even with all the institutional and the structural support that they have. For instance, they give them debt, they give them a credit card, they give them a mortgage, they give them, student loan, they give them, there are a lot of companies that they are funded so that they can employ people. With all those, people still struggle. Many of them, if they don't give them anything, they will not become anything. So we don't have those structures. So you, the African, must be very much resilient, and so it's a concept that you need, and that's why many of our people who don't have this kind of knowledge, then think that life, you have to cry to God for you to get ahead in life, because there's no support in the system, especially when you depend on government, the so-called government that Africans have. When you depend on them and they fail you, then you become very much despondent, if you want. So resilience is key. Your ability to get back up in the game is very key. It's very key. And this is unlimited opportunities. Is how you see opportunities. And last week, my friend Odia Henkan and I, we did a program. If you have not watched it, you should watch it. Opportunities. I think it was a fantastic program. We share a lot of things, unlimited opportunities. We share a bit from this book as well. So, it's for creative, tough, and independent minds. So it's a book that you can read. It's very short, it's very small. People think that we have to write fat books. I don't believe in that, because one, if you write a fat book, you are just looking for people who read for fun. Many people who are looking for information to apply, especially many of our youth who are looking for information to apply and change their business, their life, their finances, their family. They are not looking for fat books to read, many of them. They are looking for books that they can get practical information that they can apply. And the other hand, so if you write a lot of huge books, many people you will not catch. But you want it to be, you want the information to spread. We want the information to spread, so it cannot be fat books. We need people to just even read just one leaflet, one page. so, and the other thing is that the cost, the more you print it in a very huge form, the more you have to price it. And many of our people would want to buy something that much cheap and that much simple to read, and the English, is very, very simple, very easy to understand, because you think that you have gone to school, you have gone to university. Many of our people don't have degree. So few of you with degree would then be talking as if 90% of us have degree. We don't have it, and even those of you who have degree, when you are talking, we know that Brofono won't tell us, Nigeria is the same. Nigeria, because the culture is part of the language. So no matter what you do, I'm speaking the English from a Ghanaian culture. So the words that I'll use, even the interpretation that I give to myself, is still in the language, my mother tongue, in the language that my mother spoke to me. So it's not just about the English. So it's not. This is African advantage. Some of you, the way you see Africa, when you listen to them, you want to cry, because they've been conditioned to look at themselves as nothing. So this African advantage will tell you that you have to look at the positive side of Africa and focus on it. Some of you think that you cannot do anything here is a lie. Once you start to know the things that apply here and work here, you'll be amazed that you are far. I am of full conviction that if you separate me, you give me a copy, or a photocopy, and I said, what is the there was this clone. Yeah, when we were growing, there was this big word, cloning. Now we don't hear it again. If you clone me, if you give Coronado A, Coronado B, and you keep one here, and you keep one in America or England, and give each of them 30 years. If the Coronado in Ghana is focused, and is going for knowledge, and is industrious, and is honest, and is forbearing, that Coronado here will be far more successful than the Coronado that you send to America or to England. Why? Because here, the system is open. So my talent, my education, everything that I put in, if I find something to do, they will express my ingenuity, my expertise, my knowledge, my understanding of life. The other one who goes to America, he will get a job and work in a system that is defined. He doesn't have to think to get paid. He can be an engineer, he can be a doctor, he can be a lawyer, but there is a framework. Even there is a cap on his salary, because many of them don't go there to build a business. Many of them don't go there to build wealth. Our people go there to look for a job. And they work for 30 years, 40 years. And, many of us will just have a certain amount of salary for the last 10 years, for the last 20 years. And but the Korean here can go into business, can go into agriculture, can go into anything. So long as he's informed, that Korean could be far more successful, far more beneficial to society. And he will have far more fulfilling life than that Korean that you send abroad. And so I am so convinced that if you want to live a fulfilled, relevant life beyond yourself as an African, then it's Africa that you have a fair chance. And so if you're a young man and you say that you don't have any opportunity in Ghana and that's why you want to go, no problem. But I can tell you, if you can take the first 3, 4, 5 years and reorganize your thought, because especially those of you who have gone to university, those of you who have higher education, you think that your mate who didn't go to university, you're different from him. But the fact is that the content that they gave you in the university, much of it is non-applicable. So you are just outspoken. You're just, you think that you are intellectual. Many times it's not like that. And that's why we struggle. So you have to go for re-education. And that is what today we are going to talk about. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Share with people. Share the channel. Share on platforms, on the WhatsApp platform, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. Tell people to join us because we're here. What we share here, I can guarantee you that even those of us who read other books, much of it is still in other contexts. We try to bring much of what we know in the context, in the African context, so that we can apply them. It's unfortunate that we have to still be speaking this language, but so that other people may also understand. But yeah, now person me camera people am tio. They can me try and then me photo. So mindset, developing your mindset for life and financial success, developing your mindset for life and for financial success. So thank you for taking your time to join us. So I can see Okonto, Michael, Kwame Koo, I can see Mo Awa, Frank Ewia, I can see Charles here, I can see Yidana Samuel, I can see Collins Ajimai. Thank you very much for taking your time. I can see Eric Ankra. All those who have taken your time to join us, I can see you. So what your mind processes is actually your world. What your mind processes is your world. And your mindset is a framework. It's a frame, it's a form, it's a shape. So whatever, if there's a certain mindset that I have as a human being, and it's based on my training, my exposure, the things that I've heard, the things that they taught me, the level of my education, the family I come from, the culture I come from, the things that I've interacted with, the books that I've read, the things that I've heard, maybe the church that I went to, all those have shaped my mind. And that has become my mindset. That has become my mindset. So any information that comes to me, I interpret that information or I process that information based on this shape that I have. It's just like you having any shape. Maybe you have a cup, you know, any water that you put in that cup will take that form. So the same with your mindset, the level or the capacity of the mind that you have, the frame that you have. Every information comes to you. You look through, you process that information with this kind of mindset that you have, you know. And so your mindset is actually whatever that you see the world to be, you know, and it affects everything. It affects your beliefs, it affects your emotions, it affects almost everything that you do. And so that's why you can meet somebody says that maybe they said I mean who know because of what is coming from. So you can tell him so many good things, and yet when he processes that thing, he will come back to you with a very negative output. Why? Because of the mindset that he has developed, the things that he has experienced, the things that he's been exposed to, the level of knowledge that he processes. You know, so your mindset is very key. If you don't develop anything at all in this life, make sure that you develop a winning mindset. A mindset that, because success is based on mindset. The successful people that you see is based on the way they process information, the way they see life. And the people who are struggling, the people who are poor, you call poor, or the people who are average, is the mindset that they have developed. And so if you can only change a man's life when you help him to shift his mindset. So if the mindset is not shifted, that man will continue to give you results. His output, anything that you give him to do, is based on the mindset that that person has developed. So it's the frame of your mind, actually. And how you think depends on the mindset that you have. How you process information depends on the mindset that you have. You know, the culture you come from. There is a rich mindset and there is a poor man's mindset. There is what we call religious mindset. In Ghana, particularly, many of our people think everything that comes to us, we process it from our religious position. The other time we were at the office and somebody had an accident. We were there. Somebody was just trying to do some overtaking, and he hit somebody who was riding a bike, you know. And so somebody was just standing somewhere, and his interpretation was that is why I pray every day. That is why I pray every day, because you don't know what is going to happen to you. And so we asked him, so you mean that the other guy who was hit didn't pray today? What happened was that there was a car that had parked and they had taken part of the road. So when this other guy was doing the overtaking, that was just about the same time that the bike rider was also, you know, just with that car that had parked part of the road, that has taken part of the road. So when the guy just shot, the guy was also on the road. So he hit him from behind. And this man, he says that he's, you know, he's educated, he's a degree holder, he has profession. But he was saying that, you know, some of these things, that is how you have to pray. Because for us, religious mindset is heavy. It's huge. It's huge. And that is why everywhere you go, it's about religion. So there's another world of mindset of those who are able to create, innovators, people who are very highly productive at a peak level. Their mindset is different from those of us they have brought up to be highly religious. You know, so the religious mindset is different from being innovative or being productive. You know, and they have put a lot of fear in us today. I was saying that if you continue to tell them that they have to prepare for the coming of, you know, for the coming of Christ or the end of time, or the world is coming to an end in the next 10 years, the next 20 years, you know, so everything that they do, they stop and they are waiting for Christ to come. They're waiting for God to come. And then there is another group who are thinking about technology, AI, you know, computer vision, machine vision. They are thinking of deep knowledge. They're thinking of complex things. So 30 years down the line, you see the Africans will still be grappling with their difficulties. And the others may have moved on. Why? Because of the information that they have given the Africans. So mindset is everything. And so the world is far bigger than what you know. And that's why you have to be open. Because what you know, especially the religious ones, that's why it's difficult for them to move on. Why? Because their world, you know, is a concrete. The mindset is like a concrete, so to say. It only moves when you are exposed to higher form of knowledge. Your mindset will only try to change. And it's not even one-time information. It is continuous exercise so that you start to at least displace the other mindset that does not work. So there is an entrepreneur's mindset and there is an employee's mindset. There are people that no matter what you show them about any profitable business, they cannot think that, hey, if I go and at the end of the month I can't get paid, what am I going to do? Because it's all thinking is salary and job and my certificate. So even when they want to upgrade themselves, they have to go and write ACCA. They have to go and write some technical course so that they can get another certificate so that they can increase their salary. That is an employee's mindset, and many people have that kind of mindset. Those with entrepreneurs mindset, they put the certificate somewhere and they're looking at how to turn something into something which is more profitable, you know. So mindset is everything. Mindset is everything, and you have to be ready to learn about this thing that they call mindset. You know, so my name is OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about mindset, and it's very much important. Your mind is your world, and the information you receive, how you process it, is based on your mindset. And if your mindset is screwed, your life will be screwed. If your mindset is trouble, your life, you have troubles. And so the greater, you cannot change a man's life until you attack his mindset. And mindset is connected to knowledge development, productivity, prosperity, technology, management. And that is the kind of mindset that we need Africans to have. We have had the mindset of fun, of party, of entertainment, of sports, of politics, of democracy. So when you listen to our politics, when you listen to our radio, particularly, just pay attention. From Monday to Sunday, all the programs that we have on our radios, look at the topics that they are discussing. There is a certain way that our people's mind has been set. The sports, it's entertainment, it's democracy, NDP, NDC. There's some people will come and pray in between. Some people will just come and talk about marriage and sex. Some people will then come and talk about the other ones. Movie, even the movies that we do. People with trouble. But all the movies that we do are about what? About romance and marriage, and some people crying, some people, you know, we don't know the mindset that we need to push our people to be productive and be innovative and get results so that our society can change. You can see that on our movie, on our radio, on our TV, because there's a certain level of mindset that every culture has. So when you look at the cultures that are pushing, the cultures that are producing the phones, the clothes, the shoes, that are producing the cars, the cultures that are producing the motorbikes, the cultures that are producing all these large food, processed food, all kind of things that they are processing that we continue to buy from them. There's a way that they think, and there is something dominant that they push on their people, and that is why they're able to produce what they're producing. And the other ones who are waiting for everybody to produce so that they can go and help them, or they can come and help them. Those people you can see, go to school, what they teach them, you will see it there. Go to their churches, what they teach them, you will see it there. Watch their TV, watch their movies, you will see it. That is why the people are operating at a certain level. So the information that the society feeds us with, they form the mindset of the people, and you can predict what they produce and what they're obsessed with. You know, so when you meet the average Ghanaian, whether they have gone to school or they have not gone to school, if you meet the average Nigerian, whether they have gone to school or they have not gone to school, there's a way that they think, majority of the people. And the dominant culture, where the culture goes is where the people are going. And so the mindset is key. We that everybody is fighting. We that Americans will never let us be free. We that Europeans are trying to say that they treat us like children. We that the Chinese are trying to come here. We that the Indians even think that they have to lead us. When we have time, the very things that we have to feed our people so that they can be innovative, so that they can build industries, so that they can produce, so that they can change things. They can become better managers of their lives, of their time, of their resources, of the economy. The same people, what they continually feed their minds with, it's amazing. And because of the mindset that we have as a people. And so the prominent people you see in our society, they don't see anything wrong. They have television stations. But look at what they put on their television stations. They are not aware that their people will become what they feed them with because of the mindset that they have developed. The mindset. So they are coming from a background where they think that the people can do anything, and they still hope that the things will improve or things will change. So mindset is a stronghold, if you want. It's a stronghold, and it's very tough for you to break the mindset of any people, especially in any culture. You know, so so if you're not doing well in life, challenge your mindset. Challenge your mindset, because it's everything. And it's coming from so if you're Ghanaian, for instance, if you're a young man, you know, when you go to work anywhere, there's a way that you've been designed to think. You may not know. So when they pay you small money, you're angry. You come work, you are late. You want to go early. And when they give you money to go and do some work, you cut some because of the environment that you're coming from. So your mindset is that you have to play fast on somebody. The moment they get you to another culture where you see that some people are not even interested in somebody's money, then it starts to hit you that maybe what they taught you was not all. So I'm very much interested in things that, or in things that are developing the knowledge level of our people, in things that are sharpening the skill level of our people, in things that are making our people innovative, acquiring new technology, becoming better managers of themselves and of their country, building industries. I'm not so much interested in people just pushing us to get certificates and degrees and democracy and politics, religion and, you know, comedy and sports, marriage everywhere. I'm not so much interested in that. Why? Because you have to do what is important, what is necessary, before you do the other things. Our priorities are upside down. So we think that democracy will develop us. So we must work to lift the mindset of our people. And can you blame us? Maybe, I don't know. Because if by the time that you are through with your JSS education or SS education, there's a certain mindset that you have developed. And look at the content of what they're teaching you in school. And ask yourself, when you come out, what can you do with it? When you finish the university, it's the same. That's why the university man, the university girl, does not have any job. And he's not even thinking of creating her own job, because he's waiting for somebody to employ them. And they have waited for 3 years, nobody. They forget that people have to open businesses before people can be employed. You know, so they have given them the kind of education that you go for first class. So you have your first class and you have been at home for 5 years, because that is not enough. There's something that you need, is ability to solve problems. And so if your education was that good, then they would equip you with what? With the ability to solve problems. So that's a mindset. You have developed a mindset to say that I need better salary. So there are you and your friends, whenever you meet, you're talking about salaries. Whose salary has been increased? Because you have employees mindset. And not so much, you know, sometimes even culture, the way, you know, many of our leaders, they promote only culture. The culture is drumming and dancing and wearing kente. No, the world has moved to another level. It's good you wear kente, you teach your people cultural traditions and all that. It's cool. But really, the society is growing, it's expanding. Youth are coming. How are they going to feed themselves? How are they going to sleep? When they get sick, who will treat them? They need source of income. Dancing and drumming will not solve that. So any people who are developing a productive mindset will look at this. People who want to be independent and who want to take charge of their own destiny. You know, because it looks like sometimes many of our people are not really interested in us taking charge of our own destiny. They're very happy that some people are leading us and we are behind. And some people are giving us any help. They're very happy. As a matter of fact, they go and beg them to come and help them. Because there's no pride. The mindset is weak. There's no pride to say that, no, we are able to do something. And even if you have to ask you help, we ask you for the technique, the know-how. Not for you to go and work and come and give us money. And we go and play and support Black Stars. So many times you see the people who are always on radio discussing football. I say, you're always discussing sports and it's sports. Your counterparts, they are in the factories, building products, building technologies. And you are here always discussing football, Ghana football, European football, somewhere football. The same, your count are coming up with creative things. Your people are always dancing and singing music, partying at the beach. And then you turn around, you say, why are you not doing well? Because the mindset is weak. Our mindset, there's trouble with it as Africans. There's trouble. That's why somebody will get to America, say that there's nothing in Ghana. America is heaven. So you need a mindset to be owner. You need ownership mindset. Don't just be happy to be a boy all your life. We need people to think that we have to be industry owners. That's the kind of mindset that we need. If you cannot own production of cars, you can own production of maize, of cassava, of plantain, of cocoa, of cashew. That is an industry. And you have to go and learn the technique, the technology in producing this. That is what we need. You at this stage of your life, what technique do you have? What technology do you have control over? What expertise have you developed? Can that expertise help you to have an honest mindset? We need people to say that we have to be honest. We have to be the owners of our economy. You know, see it anymore. We should not just be happy looking for jobs as engineers, accountant, doctor. We should be the ones building the hospitals. And that starts with honest mindset. You need that. And there's another thing that you need, a can-do spirit, a can-do mindset. I can do it. Even if it has to take me 10,000 times to try, 1,000 times to try, I'm going to try until I get it done. That is a mindset. The other mindset, when they try one and it doesn't work, they're crying. Because they're feeble, they're weak. So they've been taught that once you try one and it doesn't work, then give up. Go and cry to God. The Holy Spirit will show you something. Stop looking for that. Another mindset that you need to break is you are looking for a miracle instead of you to take responsibility. Because much of life is actually about decisions. Much of the things, many of the things that happen in your life is out of your decisions. And this one is so difficult for the Africans to get that if your finances are, if you're in financial difficulties, much of it is coming from the decisions that you made with money. If your marriage is in trouble, much of it is coming from decisions that you made. If your health is in trouble, much of it is coming from the decisions that you make, choices that you made. So difficulties in life, they come from that, the choices that you made or the choices that were made for you. For instance, if the economy is in shit, because of the choices that were made. But Africans will not take that. They will say that is God, is the devil. No. Those who want to get ahead, they take responsibility to say that these decisions have been made for us or have been made against us. I made these decisions. If you have lived to be, let's say some people, let's say you have lived to be 70 years. It's not just by grace of God that you're 70 years. No, you made choices, you made decisions. That is why you're 70. There were food that you didn't eat. There were places that you didn't go. There was a way that you were driving. But you see, the Africans will rather talk of the 1% thing that was outside their control, but do you know how many people who did the same thing and didn't live? I tell you, if you go to the lab and you get 1% right, that you cannot conclude on that. Majority of the people who have lived 70, 90, 100, their lifestyle, you can predict the kind of things that they do. That is why they live long. And those who are dying early, there is something. Maybe look at the healthcare area. Maybe when they go to hospital, there are a lot of mistakes that they are making at the hospital. Maybe they are giving them wrong medicine. Maybe the people have not been trained well. You look at the accidents. Look at our roads. If you go to Cape Coast or Kumasi, look at how the drivers drive. That is why they kill people. These are decisions and choices. If those roads were maybe, if the drivers were trained and maybe the cars were changed and we were very much strict on them, on their speed limits, we will save many lives there. So it's decisions and choices. It's not that let's pray and God, and that's why the prayer has not worked. Why? Because men are responsible for the results that they get. So wherever that you are, and that's a mindset. You have to have the mindset that I am responsible for the results. It's coming from my choices and my decisions. So if my choices and my decisions are wrong, then I'm going to suffer. My decisions and my choices are wrong, I'm going to suffer. In the moment I take responsibility, I'm going to win. They don't want to tell us that because we are coming from mainly a religious mindset. Every Ghanaian that we meet, whether they are Muslim or Christian, they are not responsible for anything. It's either the devil or God. Even when they're educated. And sometimes I ask myself, so why do we have to send people to school in the first place? Because when they come out, the school you were sent to was to train your brain or to train your mind. But when they come out, they stop using their brain or stop using their mind. So why do we have to send people to school in the first place? Because when they come, somebody will just open the Bible and tell them what to think, and they will continue to think like that. They put their mind on hold and everything, look at the educated people in charge of our economy. Every institution, they are the ones in charge. and they are the ones who are super religious at the same time. So there's something we call colonial mindset. Colonial mindset thinks that the white man is super intelligent. The white man is everything. The white man is God. The African cannot do anything. The African is backward. The African must be trampled upon. The colonial mindset does not trust the African. The colonial mindset would ask you, and I will bro for the way. The colonial mindset will wear a suit and tie and come and sit here. It's what I say. Part of it is even the language that I'm speaking. So the more colonial mindset you have, the more you put yourself down as an African, and the more you exalt others. It means that you are still in the web. And many of the people that we send to school, they are in the web of colonial mindset. And to most promote they never promote their own people. They open doors for everybody. But when it comes to their own people, they are very strict. Because they have the colonial mindset. You know, colonial mindset is everywhere. So look at that. Look at that. Look at that very well. You will see. It's everywhere. Watch it. There's something called colonial mindset. You will see it. You see that Jesus is white. You see that a lot of things are British in our society. When you have never come to Ghana, you will not see. But when you are in Ghana, you will not see. But those who come here first time, they quickly identify the effect of colonization on our culture and on the mindset of our people. The colonial mindset, you see, we wear a lot of weave on, long weave on, because the hair of the white woman is nicer than the hair of the African woman. The colonial mindset will tell you that when you wear this, the young men, they wear all this beard because they want to look like Arabs. It's not only the European who want to look like Arabs as well, because Arabs brought the Islam. And look at the Islam. We carry their name, we carry their language, we carry their everything, carry their dress. It's colonial. So I'm Psyche. I'm the Dagomba person, but I'm not proud to be Dagomba. I'm very proud to speak Arab and become Islamic than to be an African. So the colonial mindset is very proud to represent the religion that brought it than to express their Africanness. And yet you cannot, just like just picture a poison pool, a poison pool. And you have maybe a ball that you have put proper water in, the ball or balloon, and you have sealed, and you put it in that poison pool. The culture is like that one. The harder the ball, it will protect you from the poison pool. So if you don't have culture as an African, if you're not proud as an African, if you're not positive as an African, if you're not informed as an African, if you don't have the right African history, the poison pool will destroy everything that you represent. And that is why the people who continually hold in high esteem the white man, the Arab man, everything that they represent, they destroy. They destroy their family, they destroy even their own health, they destroy any institution that you give them, they destroy the economy, they destroy everything. Because they themselves, their lives have been destroyed. Pay attention well. The Africans who can liberate the Africans are the Africans who are proud to be Africans. And they fight for their people. If you're looking for any leader to represent you and you don't see that, don't expect much from that leader. Because when they go there, they've been programmed to destroy. Many of them, they don't even know themselves. You know, so it's key. The colonial mindset, you must break it. And they brought that to you through their religion and through their school. And that's why you see a lot of the educated people will fight easily. I've had so many encounters with people with high education, especially the religious ones. Many times they'll tell you, we have to win souls for the kingdom. And ask them, after you have won the souls, where would they go? So they fight for their religion, not their people. Many of them. They come and tell you, but the white man, they didn't bring anything, they didn't do anything. Even those who brought the slavery, those who brought the religion were different from those who took slaves and said, but their message could not convert their own people. So when you want to liberate your people from colonial mindset, look for these other people, but they fight harder, the white people, than the white people or the Europeans themselves. So colonial mindset is lethal, it's dangerous. That's why you are here today. You are still giving your children British education, British and Lincoln education, something, Cambridge education. If your child goes through this kind of education, you have destroyed them. You may not know it now, but when that child is 30 years and you're sick, they will not even turn and look for you. because you have destroyed them. That their education, solely getting their education destroys you. That's why you cast your mind. Your child that you send to that American school, you see the way they are behaving now. When you say one, they say two. We say sit down, they want to sit down. They have no feeling. They are on phone all the time. What country you him? Oh, they will brenna, they will treat thousands of dollars. How they now could training this kind of, and you think you are giving them proper education? No, you are destroying them. That's why you don't know, because there's no proper education with that proper mindset of their race. And don't forget, in this world, there's race education, and your child is no European. Until the more they call all these schools, we just say woman education, Papa, look at those that they sent to those schools 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Look at how they represent us anyway. They think of only themselves, and they hail the white man, and they look down upon their own people. You know, so there is no proper education without proper cultural input or proper. And for the African, you must have this. There's more to education than just speaking English. There's social, there's pride. Yeah? Your child must come out and be proud as an African. Your child that you gave birth to at Makola or Kolebu, and your child thinks that is American, it's European, and you're very happy and you're clapping for them. Wait, that company that you leave to that child, they will break it, they will destroy it. Because they will not have any understanding of being here. And you see, the most dangerous thing that you do to those children is that they lose themselves, and they will never be fulfilled. Even to put family together will be a problem. And don't be shocked when they come to tell you that you're gay. Because that's why they'll be teaching them there. It's amazing where a lot of our people are sending their children to these schools in the name of thinking that there's proper education. It's not proper education. And many of these parents don't read, don't search. They are not proud as Africans themselves. And so when you meet them, they are talking about all the difficulties and the problems in Ghana instead of them to read and search. So if you are sending your children to those schools, you think that you're giving them education. That is not education. Education is the ability to pick any idea and turn it into something great. Most of these children, the only way, they will just go and look for a job. Even to build a business will be difficult. And they wait for somebody to help them. And they will only be thinking of themselves. Because that's the kind of education. And it's not just that the white man is intelligent. No, he's been cruel. That's the fact. And yes, we're intelligent so much in Tia Oboa. Without all those structures that support them, they will just be as we are. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Today, the religious Africans and educated Africans will not be happy. They are our number one problem. The educated Africans. Because we look up to them and they run almost every institution down. Because there's no consciousness. There's no African pride. Or Shesi Utunikeke. Or follow Bruni formula pet. And then be on the baby and one and crofo. And they find it difficult to understand. If you've really been educated, you will bring out things that will transform those who are suffering in your society. The pain of your people will get to you. It means that you've been educated. If you've been educated and the pain of your people, that pain does not get to you, you have not been educated. You have lost your humanity. And proper education is to bring people so that they can love the others. And that is really the essence of life. The essence of life is to show love to people, is to lift others. The essence of power is to lift people up. So if you say that you have educated your child because they went to Cambridge, and when they come and they don't have feeling for the poor and the ordinary, you have destroyed them. And they can only do that because they can identify with the culture. So the colonial mindset, break it. If you don't break it, you'll struggle in life. There will always be complaining, and you'll always be looking for proper job. When time be out there, job, papa. Won't mean so mere business no binya that baby. Was a Jeep, Range Rover, was he dying 3? Was houseboy no do it, she's a winning pay. Tempe out to the trouser and you say you are blessed. You have been wrongly educated. You don't even know it. So mindset is key. Mindset is everything. And the way you set the mind of people who can take control and fight for their freedom is different from the way you set the mind of people that you can subjugate and dominate. And so if you're an African, I can tell you that if you're Ghanaian, there's no program that is set to liberate your mind. You must fight and liberate yourself. You must fight and liberate yourself as an African. I'm telling you, or you will live frustrated life. You live pain life. You will always be complaining. You go to America, you'll be looking back and be talking, badly about us. You go to Australia, the same thing. When they meet you, say, "Me Ghana krade me shmen ko hoda." The problem is your mindset. The moment you get the right information, the same Ghana that you are dissing, the same Ghana, you'll be proud of it. And when you meet Ghanaians, sometimes when they are interviewed, they will say that I don't go to Ghanaians. Who do you go to? It's the mindset. You were taught against yourself and you are not even aware of it. So your health is is based on your mindset that you have. What you eat, what you drink is based on what you have. The death rate can be controlled if the people are equipped well. There are places that they are not praying, but they live 80, 40, 80, 90, 100 because of what they eat, the environment that they have created for themselves. So your health and how long you live is not in the hands of any superior. No, it's your choice. That one, if you say it, they say you're blaspheming. Because that is one thing that must get to us. That many of the things that happen to us is coming from our choices. And our choices are coming from the enlightenment that we have had. So if we have not had any enlightenment, our choices will be wrong and life will be difficult. Our choices will be wrong and life will be difficult. So don't wait for help. Don't develop the mindset that you're always begging people and you're waiting for help. Be the help that you want to have because you're enough. Take the first step. Take the first step. Your money is a mindset. Whether you have some or you don't have some, is a mindset that you have developed. When they give you money, what you do with it shows that you are, you have proper mindset because the wealthy, they have a particular mindset. That's why they are wealthy. And the poor, they have a particular mindset. That's why they are poor. The poor man will get up in the morning and you'll be playing dummy. You give him money, he will trick you. Go and look for a job, he won't go. That's why he's struggling. He's always in his room waiting for help, creating stories and telling people to send him money. That's why he's struggling. The rich man is going to work. He works. That's why he gets results. So it's all about the mind. And we are saying that the mindset that you have is a framework. It's a form. And you see life from that position. You see life from that position. So you can only enlarge it when more knowledge, better quality knowledge comes to you. So do something about your mindset. Stop blaming and complaining and say that nobody is helping you. It is your mindset. Those who win in this life, they are ready to learn all the time. They challenge they challenge what they know. And they always go for progress. They handle losses. Some of you, when you lose something, you can't sleep. When you lose money, you can't sleep. When you lose, loss is so heavy to you. You don't want to lose anything. Some people say that, listen, if you have a business, accept that people will steal some. And it's not only Ghanaian thing, it's everywhere. Everywhere in the world. Talk to all those companies. The companies that collapsed some time ago in America. You think that they were doing everything right and those companies collapsed? No, people were just cooking figures. So it's not only your shop girl that is stealing you, it's from top to bottom. The problem is that they have told you that their system is perfect and you have believed it. They have told you that their people are perfect and you have believed it. And they have told you that your people are thieves, Africans are thieves, and you have also believed it. If you have a business and you work with human beings, you just have to know that this business can do well in spite of the losses, in spite of the stealing, in spite of the things that people will do. Make sure you factor that in. That's a factor. So if I sell 100 and they steal 3, or even if they steal all the 100, can I be profitable? So that you don't lose your heart and you don't. Because many people are afraid to go after their dreams because they think that they cannot handle the losses. You should be able, even as much as it's difficult, it's painful. Anytime you embark on any project, don't assume the 100% gain. No. Assume that some things will not go as you expect, and you still have to go forward anyway. You still have to go. And it's better you go and get something than to stay back and say that they are stealing. So I'm not doing it again. No, do it, knowing that people will still cheat you. People will still lie. People who even trust will still come and tell you all kind of things. And when you find out, don't lose your heart. Just come out with another mechanism to correct it. But once you correct it, they will find another way, especially in our country. But that's the beauty. You think that all these banks, they don't steal from them? They do. You think that all these state institutions, they don't steal? They do. It's a human institution. Accept that. And look at how you can be profitable in spite of all these losses. So you have to have a mindset to say that, no, in spite of all this, I still want to do something. And as a matter of fact, your life will go forward by doing something, no matter how much they steal. You're still better than not doing anything because you're afraid of losses. So it's painful, but don't let that one stop you from going forward in life. Because people will steal, people will cheat. Go to anywhere. Go to all these companies that you hear on the stock, London Stock Exchange, New York Stock, they'll go at there. What do you think they have auditors? If everything is perfect, what are they auditing? But you especially Ghanaians who live abroad. Ghana, they always microphone can correct. Now will be the video be sending me. Was say omo number be Canada baby na obi atwere abro watwere aboho. Say utwa na ode usikara sheho. Na papa na Ghana for munsia ohu abrochiro haram so. This is a colonial setting. You could just say it, oh, this is a good thing that people can learn without putting your people down. Go the same Canada. You think that everything is perfect there? Why is the economy struggling? If they are true honest. And who told you that Ghana, so there are some places I can also tell you that people put things there, people come and pick and put the money there. But you see, when you are not trained well about yourself and about your people, you highlight the negativity. And that is what has happened to Africans. Because the training that they gave us training to look down upon ourselves. So everywhere. So the person who sent me that asking, but what do you send this? Why do you send this to me? Don't send this to me. It's not important because in Canada they steal. Don't they have cheating in their dictionary? So there's something that we have to collide with head on to tell the Ghanaians who are always looking down upon their own people that they have problems that they have to solve themselves. You cannot be great when you continually look down upon your own self and you raise everybody else. So it's a problem. And if you're Ghanaian, you have to work on it. And it's not because you're being honest. You're not being honest. You're just uninformed. Mm-hmm. This is different from being honest. And we have to look at, you have to tell the truth, and it's not truth that you're telling. You are just reflecting the programming. The programming that the African is nothing. That is what you're reflecting. So go to many places. You will put something there and people will not take your money in Ghana. And yet when you go and see something in some of these countries, you act as if that we don't have anything. There are so many good things in our country. Focus on that. The bad things, we continue to solve them. You say that our politicians are thieves. Yes, but you think that politicians anyway are angels. So these are things that you need to correct so that you can have proper winning mindset of people who will not budge, people who will not be crumbled, people who cannot easily be overcome because they are tough and they are tough from within. So go for progress. Challenge what you know. Handle losses. Trust people. Learn to trust people. People will let you down, but you're still going to work with people. So guys say that I don't trust anybody again. How much can you do you alone? You alone, how much can you do? If the business starts to work, you still have to work with people if you want to go into the millions. There's no way that you alone can do everything. That's a lie. So you have got to trust people anyway, anyhow. So that's a mindset that you have to have. That's the mindset that you have to have. I have to find a way to pick the right people to trust, but I cannot do it alone. So if you want to build business, or if you're building business, don't say that because they lied to me, because they cheated me, I can do. No, find another group and train them. That is life. Well, yesterday you bath. Did you stop bathing today? No, some people don't bath, but at least every day you bath, isn't it? Why? What do you bath? Because the system must. So life is in continual state of change. Life is in continuous state of change. When we were doing physics, I remember they said flux. It's Flux. It's flux. It's change. So life is is in a state of change all the time. It's in a state of change all the time. And that's something that you must get used to. So trust people. Trust people. It's a mindset that you must have. Trust people. Build relationships that you can trust. And you must have that. And people who don't trust people don't have good health. Don't you know? They live alone. They live isolated. They live in panic. They live in fear. They live in bitterness. They live in unforgiveness. Those things work against you. Trust, no matter what. And that's how you build a strong team anyway. So think well of yourself and think well of others and persist and be optimistic and build great, honest relationships. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about mindset. We are saying that your world is your mindset. What you think about is what you are. The information that comes to you, how you interpret it. And so if you are going to do any great thing, then look at the elements of those who do great things. And they have strong mindset, positive mindset. They are persistent. They build great relationship. They are honest. You can rely on them. And they say good things about themselves. That is what they have been trained. The other ones who have not been trained, they are the ones talking almost all the time negatively about their own people. You cannot depend on them. They are lazy. That is also a mindset that they have developed. But if they want to change their life, then they must switch. Great people, great achievers don't have victims mindset. They know that, yes, you attack me, but I can fight back. You attack me, but I can fight back. So my name is OBENG DARKO. Yes, so today, if you have joined us, thank you very much for taking your time to join us. Don't take it lightly what you learn from here, because this is what we use, actually. You see, some people say they don't want to live in Ghana. If you want to live in Ghana, these are the tricks. If you want to live in Ghana, these are the tricks. You must develop winning mindset. And you must have proper understanding. Because here, if you're waiting for system to work, then you give up. But you must have your own system that works. And you should be able to interpret the things that happen to you without giving up on yourself and on your dream. And this is a mindset that you need to have. Stop talking as if you talk to so many people and you would want to give up. Why? Because of the training. They have not trained us to be winners. They have not trained us to be innovators. They have not trained us to build industries. They have not trained us to create wealth. They have not trained us to go for, go beyond what is expected. They have not trained us. Not in our schools. Many parents tell their children, especially those who have completed school, to compare visa and free Ghana. Compare visa. Even those who are even trying to build something, they still tell them, "Jaina compare bridge they be your parents." I'm for one school say about turning over. As if the bridge will how So you have a lot of things that you're going to fight with, from family, from friends, from even churches. Because when you go tomorrow, when you go, listen to the message that they preach to you. And when you come out, tell me if you can do anything with that message. Any of the messages. But they teach you, you can't do anything with it. They raise everybody. They raise America. They raise everybody and they put us down. And they will end up insulting our politicians. And they never take blame for anything. Then they collect the money elsewhere. And you spend 5 hours there. And you go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, every day. And then when you don't succeed, they say that why you don't succeed. How can you succeed when you have taken the person's money? And you have taken his brain. And you have taken his time. So why should you be shocked that this person is not doing well in life and is struggling? Because that's not how. People must be responsible for their own progress. People must be. So when you go tomorrow, I throw the challenge to you. Go there, listen to the message that they're preaching to you. And when you come back, tell me what you can do with that message. When you go to lecture on Monday, when you go there, look at the courses that they're teaching in the secondary schools or in the universities. And tell me if you can come out and do anything with those things. So there's no... So why should you be shocked? For instance, if you're in the university or if you're in secondary school, you must find a way to make income. Get something that you do to get you income, even if it's 1 cedi every month. Find something. You go for lectures, you come home, you come to the hall, you just sleep, you joke, you laugh with your friends, and you're 20 years. No, you start to work from 15, from 14, start to work. What can you do? Even if you don't need the money. Can you take extra? Can you go and teach in some school? Can you go and work in some provision shop? Can you go to the market and tell them what you can do? Because those things will develop you to be responsible and to grow fast. But what to university? What was Oyano Brown and Nemisika? When you're school, when they are not doing anything, they are not doing. Find something to do that will make any income for you. If you're in school, what can you do over the internet? Can you help some people to print? Can you type for people? What can you do? The moment you go to first year, The moment, even if in the secondary school, first year, when you come home, what can you do? Can you go and work in some provision shop? Can you go to the market and sell tomato? Because really, you know, after the school, what you're going to do with your life is you're going to work. So why do you start late? And when you don't succeed in life, you say that because you started late, 25 years now, you are starting your first job. You are late. So you have bad work ethics. That's why when you go to work and they have to push you because you didn't start to work early. Those who started working when they were 10, they like to work, they love to work. And that's why when they succeed big time. And those who ask anybody who had to start business from scratch, they were so much hardworking because they started to work early. Into Obana already 10 years, no, starting managing BB, there's a child labor, what child labor? Managing BB, managing Juma. Subject them to stress, because that is how you build strength. The stress that you've been subjected to, the level of stress that you can take, that's your strength. I remember when we were doing this, there's a stress analysis, you know, so they check the weight that this thing can take. In this year, the 10 kilos, 200 something take care. That's possibly you are not breaking under 10 kilos. Some people will break when you add 10 to it again. So the stress, life is going to give you stress. So what is your strength? How much stress can you take? So that's why you have to subject the children to stress, not comfort. Because then they will crumble when there is little discomfort. When they are uncomfortable at a very little thing, they give up. Then they cry, they wait for you. No, you stress them when they are young. Stress them, let them cry, don't worry. So say something, do something. Because as a matter of fact, you are going to succeed, is how much discomfort, controversies, mistakes, losses that you can handle. So your tolerance level is key. Your tolerance level is key. It's key. And that is really your strength. You know, so my name is OBENG DARKO. Today we are talking about mindset. And we say that don't we are superstitious and we are very much religious. It's about 90% of the way we process any information in our country. Superstition is very high. And that's a wrong mindset. Look for data. Some people will tell you that these are carnal minds and this is spiritual. They are all lying. The spiritual has laws. When you can't see truth and love in them, they're lying. See, there's no human being with any supernatural power anywhere. That power is from somewhere. And they operate with laws, even the evil ones. So nobody can just get up and kill you. They are lying. Then they would have killed everybody. There are laws. And there's no greater enlightenment or there's no greater power than knowledge. You know, even the evils, they operate in darkness. Those with the truth are far more higher than those with lies. So if you're looking for protection, it's really in the understanding of truth that you have. So they can trick somebody and make all that. That's why all those people that you go to see under the darkness, they know that they are gaming you. They know it. They know they don't have any power anywhere. And those who think you even have power, they play with the level of knowledge that you have. You know, and you can only deceive them. You see, look at any culture where a lot of them have been deceived. It's because they are not exposed to the truth. And you can look at it. Look at Nigeria, look at Ghana, look at Kenya. Many of our people are not exposed to the truth. That's why anybody at all can get up and teach them anything and they follow. And it does not matter the level of financial success that they have in the society, the level, what kind of position that they hold in the society, and even the level of education that they have. When it comes to religion and superstition, people have been overcome. You know, so positivity is key, and optimism is also key. And you have to be self-motivating and always overcome inertia. Inertia is you when it slows down. You have to be able to push the ball to move. So there's a poor man's mindset, there's a middle class mindset, and there's a rich man's mindset. The poor one, they're always begging. The middle one, they will go for certificate, they're looking for a job, and they only think of their family and their children, you know, their comfort. And there are many heading our institutions. That's why society is struggling. We need people who are selfless to head institutions. The rich, they are looking for business, they're looking for investment. They're not looking to impress you. When you give him 10,000, come back 10 years. That one is 100 million. Because they are not trying to buy cars and houses that to impress anybody. They are constantly investing in businesses. They are challenging themselves. They're reading. They go for knowledge. They build great relationships. Those are the rich. And anyone can build this. Richness is a machine. It's a machine that you build. You know, so you say that, oh, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm coming from a poor background. You're not coming from a poor background. Do you have a land in your village? One plot. Check the weather. Look at the rain season. Just plant 2 maize. Come, plant. If you harvest 2 bags, don't chop it. Go for a bigger land. Plant the same thing again. You may harvest 10, 20. Don't chop it. Go for bigger land. You will change your life. You think you are poor because you're waiting for help. And the help is just around you. So nobody can give excuse. I don't have anybody to help him go to construction site. The other day, a young man called me. He said that I finished, completed Polytechnic. I didn't have anything to do, so I joined construction. My friends, when they are going, I'm going. When they go there, I go with them. I've been able to raise 10,000 from being a construction worker. The parents are telling him, we didn't send you to school to come. And he said that he wants to build business. He said, Mr. Obeng, I just chanced on your video for the last 2 months. It was the last 1 month. And I've taken encouragement from your videos. Because my parents, they could not understand. I said that, listen, the path that you're on, if you don't give up, you will shock yourself. You will shock yourself. You know, so you don't have to. All of us, maybe you don't like maize, but you can go to tomato. You can do something. Go to the market woman, ask them what they want. Go and produce it. Let your friends laugh at you. They don't know. They don't understand money. The thing is that about 90% of the world's population have no financial education. So a lot of the things, when you give them money, what they do with it shows that they don't have any financial education. So many people telling you about finance, they don't even really know what they're talking about. You know, so they think that once you get salary and you buy a car and nice office and you buy a well-seat and tie, have nice wedding, and your children go to nice school, it means that you're wealthy. Many people don't understand wealth. Wealth is where you have control over the money that comes to you. So if they sack you tomorrow from work, and 1 month time you cannot pay your rent, you will not find food to eat, it does not matter how much salary they paid you, you're still poor. You know, so financial information is what is that protection. And once you have proper financial information, you don't have to have 10,000 salary to do magic. You could be getting 1,000 and you will build a whole thing, a whole investment out of that 1,000 that you're making. So it matters what you know about finance. And that is why the rich, the wealthy, that is what they know. And the rest don't know. That's why they struggle. So a poor man can receive 100,000 a month. It does not matter. You waste it because it's the mindset. And the rich mindset or wealthy mindset can receive 1,000 and you'll build empires with that 1,000. It matters what your mindset is and what the mindset that you have. And that's why you don't play listening to this, because you are building that mindset. And once you become it in your mind, you have become it. Once you think like a champion, you're a champion. Once you think weak, you are weak. You think like a loser, you are loose. You have lost. So you are what you think. And so the mindset that you develop is everything. Is everything. You could be walking on the street with nothing. And in your mind, you live like a king. And that guy in Range Rover is still thinking of committing suicide because his mind is weak. He's been overcome. The battlefield is in the mind. So once you overcome in the mind, you have to be overcome. If you win in the mind, it's just a matter of time. They will see it. So mindset is everything. Build it. These are the things that they should teach us in school and in churches. Not Jeremiah. They will tell you stories. You can't do anything with that story. And that's why many of our people wallow in poverty. That's why many of our people don't have great work ethics. That's why many of our people cannot be trusted with money. Because the things that they continue to teach them in all these institutions, because let's face it, some of the areas that we get information in school and church, religious centers, these institutions don't much equip our people with hardcore truth that they can build with. Today, one bishop called me. He said, thank you for teaching the poor. Thank you for teaching the ordinary that they can build something with their lives. You're giving information to people who have nobody. And they can see that they can do something with their lives. He's a preacher. And that's what he said. So don't take it lightly. And all of you, those who are doing something, they can tell you that yes, I listen to this, I pick it because we use it. And only use you. This is what we use. You can't just break us like that, You will not see us sad. No, what's sad for? It doesn't not matter what is in your pocket. It matters what is in your mind. It matters. So think like steel. Don't be weak. Don't be a wimp. Don't cry. Don't get up in the morning and cry that you have not eaten. Drink water. If you don't get water, don't worry. Don't cry. Don't trade your vision for your stomach. Say, no, you have great vision. Look up to that vision. Don't be talking about food all the time. I've not eaten. If you're a young man, every day you call somebody, I've not even today, I've not eaten. You don't have vision. Don't be telling people you have not eaten. That vision you have is food. It means that you are not obsessed with anything. The moment you're obsessed with something, food does not matter. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So you are challenging and you are talking. There are levels that we talk. There are levels that we talk. When you're conversing with anybody, there are levels. Sometimes people look at you as if you're just, okay, you're friends, but there are levels. There are levels of conversations that you have that show that you are not up to anything. So when you bring the conversation to, I have not eaten, I have nowhere to sleep, you are not ready. If you're ready, does not matter where you sleep. Because it's just the first step. You change your life. You don't have time to debate. Debate what? So there are some people that we don't debate with. We don't debate with because we know that they are not understanding what you're saying. You say that you are saying that there's something in Ghana we have to talk about. I remember there was a time that this guy called me from some place that he wanted us to do program, and he was talking. He just wanted me to debate and insult politicians. Look at the level. The level is weak. No. So you don't have any food, you don't have any mother, no father, nobody supports you, don't cry. Fight back, because you have a better advantage than the one who has help. That's what you don't know, because your strength is in what you can withstand. The stress level, if you tell you what you have withstood, you'll be shocked. The errors, the mistakes, the betrayers, it's not just now, right from the beginning. The fight. We don't share those because but we have withstood some things. Okay? That is what you don't know. So you think that it's just no. So you have to fight. You have to fight, and you don't have to cry. And they don't have to break your ethics or your manners. And you don't have to become bitter. And you don't have to weep. And if the same people who cause you those things, then it's I won't talk to my father again. I won't talk to my sister again. They didn't help me. And you're 26. It's a mindset. If you have that kind of mindset, you can win. That's why when you get to America, when you eat those chicken, you think you're successful. You don't understand it. I make $1,000 a day. You think that's money? Somebody will make $10 a day and he will do magic far more than your $1,000 because you don't understand money. You build great things. It really does not matter how much comes. It's what you do with what comes in. And that will depend on the mindset that you have. So my name is OBENG DARKO.